Hey folks, welcome back to America's Worst Podcast. I'm Austin Q. Today we have a very special guest, Devonte Bennett.
What's going on,
Thanks
man?
for joining.
Good time.
He just got out of the Marine Corps a few hours ago. Got his DD-214. He's a free man now. How does that feel?
You know, honestly, there's not really words to describe it. We had drove back out here last night, me and my dad, from I had a hiring conference, and I went to sleep last night. I was thinking about it. I was like, it hit me. I was like, dude, tomorrow's your last day.
Yeah.
Like, tomorrow's your last. You're a free man. Like, there's no, I don't even know. It's crazy. It's awesome. Just thinking I get to go home right now and not have to come back. Like,
No more PFTs. No more waking up. I think the worst thing I had in the Marine Corps, what I did not like at all, was my alarm clock. If I decided I hated anything in the Marine Corps, it was my alarm clock.
Exactly. Just knowing that I have to wake up extra early just to stay extra late for no reason. Nothing's gonna really benefit me. I'm not getting paid any extra. Nothing's happening. We're just, hey, Stats Sergeant wants to talk for an extra hour today. Let's sit around.
So did you get out as a sergeant or a corporal?
No, I got out as a corporal.
So E4 corporal?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could have picked up sergeant, but some things that happened like a year ago with corporal's course, they dropped me for getting injured. And after that, I was like, you know what? I'm over it. I'm getting out. So
all right.
Screw it.
Did you 5 years or 4 years?
Yeah, 5 years.
Did you ever plan on re-enlisting or?
I did at one point in time, right before 211 had disbanded.
Yeah.
When I was in corporal's course, a lot of my sergeants, they just showed me another side of the Marine Corps that I hadn't seen for a while, and I was all excited. I was going to go JSF, go to Japan. Just I've always wanted to go to Japan, so I was like, let's go to Japan. And then the whole thing happened with me getting injured, and them kicking me out of. They didn't even kick me out. They dropped me. The sergeant major dropped me. Wow. The very last PFT because I failed it because I got injured on the PFT.
What was the injury?
Back. I had a slip disc, or it's called DDD, degenerative disc disease, or something like that.
Man.
So I got dropped for it, and there was two of the people who didn't even run the PFT who passed.
What?
Yeah, exactly. So at that point, I was like, you know what?
That happens, man.
Exactly.
So now that you're out, what's your next expectation? Are you planning on just going to school or going to get a job?
I have a 5-year goal kind of set up right now that we're trying to do. My biggest goal is to actually open my own automotive shop.
Okay.
I've got, since me working on cars, it's gotten really big with me. I just love it. So I'm going to go to school for the next 4 years, do mechanical engineering and automotive technology.
All right.
And then I'm going to work full-time, though, as well, just so I can get some money and save up. So hopefully within 5 years, either be able to start working on opening up my own shop or actually get one open and whatnot. So.
All right. And you got a family to support, too,
yeah.
Right? You just have one kid?
No, I got two now.
Two?
Yeah, he's my second one is 8 months now.
Okay.
So he's crawling all over the place and stuff now.
Cool.
It's crazy.
All right. So you did the transition program, right, to get out of the Marine Corps?
Yeah.
That helped you write your resume and everything. Did you find it pretty helpful?
You know what? It's not that bad. There's some stuff that I'm sure they could leave out and add in, but it's really not that bad. The resume writing was definitely helpful. It helped me get it on track, but it was just a lot of knowledge to take in really fast. That was the biggest issue. So it's you shouldn't try to take notes. I remember I was thinking about some of the VA stuff. And I went early. I went a little bit early, and I was just thinking back. I was like, dude, what was that VA? What was I supposed to do with the VA? I forgot. A month later, I was like, crap.
Yeah, I definitely recommend getting your VA identification card.
Yeah,
as soon as you can. And did you apply for the GI Bill already, or the Montgomery?
Yep,
Did you get accepted?
Yeah.
Okay,
so I'm all good with that.
Yeah, for those of you out there, if you're getting out, make sure you do that before you get out, because I know so many people that got out and then tried to apply for it, and they were put on a waiting list.
Yep. And
it took them 6 months just to get accepted to it. So,
which doesn't make sense, but the VA.
Do you feel so you did your 5 years, do you feel like you accomplished what you wanted to accomplish before you joined in?
I did. I had got, it's kind of like a weird way how I got in. A friend had came back from boot camp. I graduated high school. I was already working at a job in college. A friend had came back from boot camp and pretty much told me about it. Told me he liked it. We kind of grew up together. He was like, it's cool. You should definitely check it out. I was kind of iffy at first. I was actually looking at the Air Force, if anything.
Yeah. The share force, man.
Exactly right. But then I had not a friend, ex-girlfriend's mom told me I wasn't shit and I couldn't make it in the Marine Corps.
Oh man.
It was like,
all right, so you had to prove it wrong.
Right. Yellow footprints. Like 3 months later, I was like, oh damn. I mean, I got to boot camp. Think of what the hell's going on.
You got any crazy boot camp stories? You got one that sticks out in particular?
Yeah, actually. So we had our drill instructors. They were crazy. They were good. They just, I don't know. They were creative as hell. So we had one drill instructor who, we had a guy named Thomas Bodgers, really good friend of mine, or was. We don't talk as much anymore. But he's a little goofy in boot camp. You know, they always pick on the goofy kid.
Yeah.
So one day, I forgot what happened, but they made him say everything that he did. Every action that he did, he had to say it out loud.
Okay.
So if
he was like sweeping the floor, he had to say, "This recruit's sweeping the floor. This recruit is walking to the bunk." Okay.
Just like that. So we're getting tornadoed. Drill instructor comes out, and it's not the one who told him to say what he had to say, but he comes out, "Everybody get online now." Everyone runs the line, dead silent. "This recruit is online."
Oh man.
Drill instructor was like, just, what? This recruit is reporting this, sir. This recruit is reporting this, sir. Like, it was just freaking dying laughter. The drill instructor broke out and just lost all bearing, died laughter. He was like, shut the fuck up. Did he cover his Oh, yeah. He covered it, walked away, came back, shut the fuck up. And it was like, damn.
All right. So, and you went to MOS school on the East Coast, right?
Yeah.
In Florida?
Yep.
All right.
Pensacola,
man.
Before it got all crazy, strict, and whatnot.
And I deployed with you.
Yep.
To Bahrain. Did you do any other deployments?
No, that was it.
All right. So the deployment that we went on the Special MAGTF. That was one of the first official waves from the U.S. on ISIS, right? And that was a pretty cool.
That was awesome.
That was a really awesome deployment. I think I was in the best shape of my life on that deployment.
Man,
I saw you. You were doing all sorts of CrossFit and throwing like 200, 300 pounds over your head, man.
That's all. I mean, like that's when I started kicking off the MMA career, because one of my sergeants had told me about the Marine Corps martial arts team that they had.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, how do I get on it? What do I need to do? And it was like, well, first thing, you need to get back into fighting shit. So I had to cut down from. I arrived at Bahrain at like 220. Which is like roughly like the weight I normally sit at.
Yeah.
I left Bahrain at like 195.
What's your limit for the Marine Corps standards for you?
185.
185?
Yeah. I don't understand. I don't know where they get their limits from. Yeah. I've never been within weight standards. I've always taped. I always taped out at like 16, 17% body fat. So, I mean, it was just like, I'm just a big nothing I could do. Like, I could cut to 185. But I wasn't going to be able to sit at 185 for for long periods of time.
So, overall, the Marine Corps, what did you think about it? Did you think like it's a lot of bullshit, or do you think it's helpful? Do you think you have a lot of tools now?
It's.
Are you glad you joined?
I'm glad I joined. I definitely, the brotherhood, the stuff like that. How we have this relationship and stuff. It's awesome. I love it. I love most of the people that I worked with. The only thing that really bothered me about the Marine Corps was a lot of hypocritical stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, you have a lot of, what I've noticed,
a lot of power trips.
Exactly. You have a lot of people that stay in that are poor leaders. Mm-hmm. And I mean, the Marine Corps kind of trains. That's what they train, is necessarily poor leaders. The poor leaders are the ones who all they know is run fast, shoot good, Marine Corps, Marine Corps, Marine Corps. They're not focused on training the junior Marines, knowing they're Marines. So they're staying in, because that's you have to obey me. Because I'm a sergeant, I'm a staff sergeant. You don't have another choice. Mm-hmm. So it's like, hey, I have this power. If I get out, I'm not necessarily going to have that power. So I mean, you have a lot of good leaders, but I think, especially nowadays, there's probably a lot more bad leaders in the Marine Corps. It seems like a lot of the good people.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, man.
I don't know either.
But then again, maybe 50 years ago they were saying the same thing.
Right, exactly.
Probably. So when I was when I was a sergeant. I think what I tried to do with my Marines was I tried to find that balance between understanding why they did what they did and enforcing the power that I had and implementing, hey, you need to do this, you can't talk back, or you do need to follow orders, but I also need to understand why are they doing that. Is there something at home that's causing that? Do you think more Marines need to do that?
Definitely. Like, I mean, I know we have our leadership principles and then our leadership traits. Yeah. So I mean, I've been thinking.
It's your first day, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Like I've been sitting here because I've been getting asked a lot with a lot of my interviews. And why did you leave the Marine Corps? And so I've been thinking about it a lot, and that's a lot of our. We don't follow the leadership traits so much. We don't keep our Marines informed. We don't. we don't know our Marines. We don't know what's going on with them. The only one that I think most people follow is seek self improvement. And I mean that's that's good and all, but if you're not. You could be this awesome person, but you can't connect with your junior Marines. You can't expect them to want to follow you. I have the shop that I was just at. I'm talking to a lot of the junior Marines. I know them. I've kind of connected with them. We're on a friendship basis outside of work. So a lot of them will tell me straight up, I don't trust my sergeants. And it's like hearing that, it's like. That's a problem.
Yeah, that's
you can't go to you feel like you can't go to your senior leadership because they're gonna screw you over.
Yeah, that's do you think it's a little bit different since we were Air Wing Marines? Do you think it's different on the green side?
Oh, it's way different.
Do you think the leadership's better on the green side?
I think so because I know.
Or do you think it's a little crazy?
I mean, this might be a little bit of both. From what I heard a staff sergeant came in and was talking to one of my gunnies or whatever. He was telling me about a gunnery sergeant on the grunt side that just got fired because he didn't know a situation that happened with one of his lance corporals. The situation, the lance corporal told the corporal, the sergeant, and the staff sergeant all knew. Everyone knew about what happened.
Let me stop you there for a quick second. Just to inform the viewers for the ranks, once you join, you're a private, and then it goes private first class, lance corporal, corporal and sergeant, you're an NCO, and above that, you're a staff NCO. So it goes private first class, lance corporal, corporal, sergeant, staff sergeant, gunnery sergeant, and then you could either be a first sergeant or a master sergeant, or you could be a sergeant major and a master gunnery sergeant. So this gunny, he didn't know what was going on with the lance corporal.
Right, and he got fired. And I mean, that to me, I'm looking like, that's good. That's crazy at the same time. Everyone else knew. They kind of kept it on the lower level. Gunny didn't have to know, but because Gunny didn't know, Gunny got fired. So they know their Marines. They know what's going on with the Marines. They know where their heads are. Their heads are at. It's a lot different too because you kind of on the grunt side. We don't go into combat like that. We don't have guns blazing and bullets firing at us. They do. So if any Marine's head's not in the game at all times, 100%.
Yeah, everyone needs to
exactly. Know. So it's I definitely know. I think it is different.
Yeah, definitely, man. So one last question for our viewers out there. For people that are thinking about joining the service, what advice would you give them about first joining the Marine Corps out of the other services, and second, what to expect in the Marine Corps?
So definitely, if you're choosing or thinking about the Marine Corps, do it. Don't get me wrong, it has its downs, but that's like every other job. You have a lot of cons. There are a lot of pros. The brotherhood, there's nothing like it. You get out. I've met, or not even met, interviewed with so many tops that were Marines, and so they're just like, "Oh, you're a Marine? Oh man, I already know what to expect from you. You're a Marine. Okay, cool, I got you. It really is. We really are cut from a different cloth. Regardless of all the other branches are easier. They are easier. You'll probably get promoted faster than other branches, whatever, but you won't have the same experience. You just won't. And if you get what you put in. One thing I learned is don't ever take no for an answer. If you want something in the Marine Corps or outside the Marine Corps, get it.
Yeah, man. That's pretty hard about shit right there, man. All right. Corporal Bennett, man.
I know, again, man.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Right. Again, this is America's Worst Podcast. Thanks for joining us. Please subscribe. I'll see you next time.
Deuces.